So this is going to be the chapters 4 to 5 review. So it is going to be problems that are based off the chapter 5 review homework. So if you have questions on that and you don't ask me in class, you are more than welcome to get the answers from this assignment if you need help on it. Okay, what is 102 in standard form? So we know it's 100 and we know 2, so 102 in standard form looks like that. What means the same as 394? So 394. Okay, so we just write it in words. Okay, so I'm trying to find r. I give you a slope and I give you 2 points, but r is missing. Okay, so if I'm giving you a slope, if I find the slope of this, so my slope would be r minus 3 over 4 minus 2, and it should equal whatever my slope is, so 1 over 2. So 4 minus 2 gives me 2 on the bottom, but what can I do to get 1 on top? Well, if r equals 4, 4 minus 3 should give me that 1 on top. So r is 4. Okay, I want to write the point-slope equation, and I also want to do the slope-intercept equation. So my point-slope equation, I need a point and a slope. So it's going to be y minus my y1, so 4, my slope, and then x minus my x1. Okay, so I could go to slope-intercept from here, so I distribute the negative 2, so I get y minus 4 equals negative 2x plus 6. Add 4 to both sides, so y equals negative 2x plus 10. Okay, I could have also plugged my point and slope into my slope-intercept equation, so I'd get 4 equals negative 2 times 3 plus b, because I have a slope but I don't have a y-intercept. So 4 equals negative 6 plus b, add 6, b equals 10. That is not my slope-intercept equation. I need to keep going by filling in my slope and my y-intercept. So you'd get the exact same equation no matter which way you did it. Okay, so I'm going to go and find my point slope. So I'm going to get y minus my negative 3 is equal to 2, x minus my negative 1. 2 negatives should make a positive. Okay, and then if I want to find slope-intercept, I distribute the 2 to get 2x plus 2, subtract 3, so y equals 2x minus 1. Careful of the negative. Again, you could check your answer by plugging your point and your slope in to the slope-intercept equation and rewriting it. Okay, if I am just finding slope first on this one, because if I want to create a point-slope equation, I have to find slope, because I have a point but I don't have a slope. So if I label x1, y1, x2, y2, I get negative 15 minus negative 5 over 2 minus 1. 2 negatives should make a positive, so negative 15 plus 5 is negative 10. 2 minus 1 is 1. Okay, so then I would pick a point, so say I pick this one to do my point-slope equation. I would get y minus negative 15 equals my slope, x minus 2. Then if I'm trying to rewrite it, okay, you could have also picked this point and plugged it in. Okay, and then if I wanted to go to slope-intercept, I would distribute that negative 10 and then subtract 15. Okay, so if I'm just finding slope for this one, I've got x1, y1, x2, y2, so negative 3 minus 5 over 1 minus 5. Negative 3 minus 5 gives me a negative 8. 1 minus 5 gives me negative 4. Negative 8 divided by negative 4 is 2. Okay, if I wanted to do point slope, I could. So I could do y minus 5 is equal to 2 times x minus 5. Or I could do y minus negative 3 is equal to 2 times x minus 1. Okay, 2 negatives should make a positive. And if I wanted to go to slope-intercept from there, I'd have to distribute and then move that value over. Okay, so x1, y1, x2, y2. So 4 minus 1 over negative 1 minus 1. 4 minus 1 should give me 3. Negative 1 minus 1 should give me a negative 2. So just my slope is 3 over negative 2. Or negative 3 over 2. It means the same thing. Remember, slope can never be decimals. So x1, y1, x2, y2. 7 minus negative 3 over negative 5 minus negative 1, because there's always that minus sign in there. 2 negatives should make a positive, 2 negatives make a positive. 7 plus 3 is 10 on top. Negative 5 plus 1 is negative 4. If I wanted to reduce that, I could divide both the top and the bottom by 2 to get 5 over 2, and it is still negative. And if I'm just asking for slope, That is all I want. So I want it in slope-intercept form. Slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. So that means I need to get y by itself, so I'm going to distribute that -2 to get -2x plus 6. I have to add 1 to the 6, so I'm going to get y equals a -2x plus 7. And that is my slope-intercept form. Y is completely by itself. Point-slope form. So y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. I need a point and a slope to be able to make my point-slope equation. I'm giving you a point and a slope, so I just need to plug it in. So I'm going to get y minus my y1 value, so 5 equals my slope times x minus my x1 value. If I'm asking for a point slope, I leave it like that. Okay, so x1, y1, so I'm going to get y minus -2 is equal to whatever my slope is, x minus my -2. Two negatives should make it positive, so this will change to y plus 2 and x plus 2. If I'm just asking for point slope, I leave it like that. Slope-intercept form of my slope of 2, so slope is always my m, and my y-intercept is always b. Okay, so if I just rewrite it with my slope and my y-intercept, I should get y equals 2x minus 1, because my b always goes here, my slope always goes here. The ordered pair that is a point on y equals 2x minus 4. I am just going to plug these in for x and y and see if my ordered pair works. So if I get this, I get 0 equals 2, my x value is 4. So 0 equals 8 minus 4, 0 equals 4. They do not equal, so that is not a point. Let's try the next one. 0 equals 2 times 2 minus 4, so 0 equals 4 minus 4, 0 equals 0. So that one works. So that point sits on it. Let's see if the other two do. So I'm going to get 0 equals 2 times -4 minus 4, so 0 equals -8 minus 4, so 0 equals -12, no. So then I got 2 equals 2 times 0 minus 4, so 2 equals 0 minus 4, and 2 equals -4, does not work. So 2, 0, when I plug it in, both sides are equal to each other, so it is true. So that point sits on that line. Solve. Right now I have a dividing, so I need to multiply both sides by -3. When I multiply by a negative, I flip my sign. -4 times -3 should be positive 12. So if I multiply or divide by a negative, I flip my sign. I am dividing by 2, so to get rid of it, I need to multiply by 2. So I got x is less than 4 times 2 is 8. Right now I'm multiplying, so to get rid of it, I need to divide it. So I got x is greater than -4 divided by 2 is -2. And I did not divide by a negative, so my sign does not flip. Right now I'm multiplying, so to get rid of it, I need to divide it. So I'm going to get x, 16 divided by -4 is -4. I divided by a negative, so I have to flip my sign. X minus 30 equals -3. If I'm trying to get x by itself, I have to add 30 to get rid of it on that side. So x equals -3 plus 30 should be 27, and plug it back in to check it. 27 minus 30 equals -3. Right now I am subtracting -3, so to get rid of it, I need to add it so that they cancel. 10 plus 3 should be 13. If I plugged it back in, I would get -3 plus 13, and it should equal 10. Is it a function? Okay, we can tell whether it's a function if our x's repeat. If our x's repeat, it is not a function. So I'm going to look at all my x values. It does not look like any of these x values repeat, so is it a function? Yes. I'm going to look at these x values. Do they repeat? Yes, they do. So is it a function? No. Okay. What ones are functions? So I'm going to do my vertical line test and see if it crosses my vertical line more than once. If it crosses twice, it is not a function. This only crosses once, so it is a function. This crosses twice, so it is not a function. This crosses twice, so it is not a function. Okay, so if I do my vertical line test with all my dots, that crosses twice, so it is not a function. It does not cross twice anywhere, so it is a function. Okay, so I'm going to combine my like terms, so I have two terms that are a's, so I'm going to add these together to get 40a. And then I have my b's that I can add together to get 36b. Remember, if we're just combining like terms, the only thing that changes are the numbers in front. Label my points. So whenever we're doing points, we have to walk to the elevator before we write it. We do our x value and then we move to our y value. So my x is -1, so I have to go left 1, and then I have to go up 1 for that y value being +1. So you go left or right first, and then you go up or down. So my next one I have to go left 2 and down 2. Excuse me. Then 3, 3, I have to go right 3 for the +3 and up 3 for the +3. 4, -3, I have to go right 4 for +4, and I have to go down 3 for the -3. So remember, you go left or right, and then up or down for plotting points. f of x equals 4x minus 1. What is f of 3? Well, 3 in this situation is replacing x. So I'm going to change this to y equals. And if this is replacing x, we're plugging it in for x. So I'm going to get 4 times 3 minus 1. 4 times 3 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. Okay, so it is replacing x, so you replace x. Change your f of x to y like we normally do, and just plug 3 in for x. f of x equals 4x minus 1. I have domain values, I need to find range. f of x means the same thing as y. Domain is my x values, so I have 3 different x values that I need to plug in. So I'm going to get y equals 4 times -1 minus 1, y equals 4 times 4 minus 1, and y equals 4 times 6 minus 1. So 4 times -1 is -4, -4 minus 1 is -5, 4 times 4 is 16, 16 minus 1 is 15. 4 times 6 is 24, 24 minus 1 is 23. So my y values, or my ranges, are -5, 15, and 23. What is the equation? So if I'm trying to find y equals mx plus b, I need my slope and I need my y-intercept. So if we're looking at this picture, it crosses my y-axis at -2. So I can replace my b with -2. Okay, now I need to find my slope. So I need to see how many I rise and how many I run from one point to the next. So I rise 1, 2, so that's a +2. And I run to the left, so left is going negative, and I go left 2. 2 divided by -2 should be -1. So I can now replace my m, or my slope, with -1. So my equation is y equals -x minus 2. And it should be a decreasing line because of that negative. Okay, so if I have my y equals mx plus b, I need my y-intercept. So it crosses at +2, so I can replace my b with +2. Now I need my slope, so how many I rise and how many I run. So I rise 2, so going up is positive, and then I run 1. Going to the right is positive. 2 over 1 is the same thing as 2, so I can replace my m, or my slope, with 2. And you know it should be an increasing line because it is a positive slope.